Let's talk about the Rams, Bud. Boy, was that first game for Stafford exactly what the hype was all about. Is that what we're going to see, you think, over the next 17 weeks?
I hope so, man. Listen, Rich, and listen, I'm on record. I want people to know.
Yes.
I was not. I looked at Stafford. I'm like, okay, is it Detroit or is it Stafford? I don't know. But Sean McVay is another one of those guys that he put a Wolf. He won a game against Seattle with Wolford. I mean, the dude can call some plays. He can dial it up. And what they did, oh man, that was beautiful. That was masterful. I sent McVay a text. I said, look, man, that was fun. Like when you watch an offensive football game, that game looked fun. And the Rams had all the answers to what the Bears were doing out there defensively. And the Bears ain't no slouch on defense.
I know.
So no slouch on defense.
So that's indicative of what we're going to see, you think? There's no cheese right there that we're going to actually see the Rams play like that.
No cheese. They have to listen. They have to dedicate a little bit more time to the run game because you can't run play action and not run the ball. I'm still trying to figure out why the linebackers and the safeties were biting up when the Rams couldn't run the ball. It's just like I don't understand it. But at some point in time, you have to run the football better. I'm sure they know that. And when that dynamic is added in, this team they're going to be tough, man.
So
defensively,
yes.
They lost some guys, but you couldn't tell they lost some guys.
So who's the best team in the NFC West, Marshall Faulk? What do you think?
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I mean, right now, it's I can't really kick it. Like I want to say the Rams, but Seattle looks good. Arizona looked good. Even the 49ers with the musical quarterbacks, they look good. It's hard to say, Rich. I'm not going to put it out there. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go homer. I'm gonna go homer with the Rams.
Okay,
that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
And nobody can say anything to me about it. I'm gonna say the Rams. That's what I'm gonna say because they were expected to. And you know what they had to do? They had to hold serve. The other three teams in the West won, and Sunday night they had to go out there against the Bears and hold serve, and they did.
Marshall Faulk, Pro Football Hall of Famer here on the Rich Eisen Show. What do you think is going on with Matt Nagy and his decision-making with Fields? And is it a film room thing we're not talking about? Is he seeing a line? Why wouldn't he just throw this kid in the deep end of the pool? Again, you had a front row seat of Peyton Manning being thrown in the deep end of the pool and knowing how somebody can take lumps and get better and how we're seeing Herbert in year two and what last year obviously meant for him, Tua year two. What do you think is going on with the Bears' decision-making?
So there's a part of me that want to speculate like I know because I played, but I'm not in their locker room, Rich. But here's what I do know.
Yep.
Because we saw this. He has to understand, hey, Matt Nagy, I know you're probably being coy about it, but you're a liar when it comes to this stuff because you told us Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky. You did this before. Do people not understand? We saw this just last year with Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky. He's done this before, and he stood at the podium and said the exact same thing. And now we have two different quarterbacks, and he's doing the exact same thing. At some point in time, somebody got to say, you're lying. Now what? Now, either you don't know who can run your offense best, or you can't run an offense that's best for a quarterback that you have. That's how I look at it, Rich. The kid feels when he is on the field, the team looks dynamic.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's like they stand up a little taller. It's just a different dynamic. And if he can't see that as a head coach and a play caller, he's in trouble.
Well, but that's why I'm asking, what do you think it is? And that's why you gave the caveat of you're not there, right? So what do you think it could possibly be that he has shown some sort of inability to protect himself because he's not seeing the field well enough, or what do you think it is?
Here's what was said. You know, I'm listening to Collinsworth talk. Mm-hmm. And here's what Collinsworth said, because Chris going to ask all the good questions. And here's what he alluded to. Now, the one thing that Andy Dalton did was their offense. So the Bears' offensive line is not that good. So what he's doing is it's a lot of quick games.
Yep.
And you have to be, in order to run quick game consistently, consistently and be good at it, you have to be a little seasoned. Your pre-snap reads got to be on, and you got to know where you're going with the ball. And Andy did a pretty good job at that. He got the ball out of his hands fast. But as you continue to play, you got to stand in there and make throws. Or you have to be dynamic and buy some time and get out of the pocket. And Andy doesn't bring that to the table. Chris Collinsworth said that in the preseason, Justin Fields held the ball the longest than any quarterback. And he only got that information from the coaches for him to go watch that. Because Chris ain't watching that much preseason football. I understand it's his first game. So this has to come from Nagy then, that he's struggling with the quick game, processing things, getting the ball out of his hands quicker. So guess what we do? We line up, we run a little play action, we do the things that he's good at, not the things that you're good, not the plays that you're good at calling. You run the plays that he's good at running. And this is the problem that I see with Nagy. He wants to run an offense that doesn't suit his best players. That's going to always get you fired.
Especially since if you've got a play action, well, they don't have that great of a running back. Hold on a minute. They actually do. I mean, that kid, Montgomery, is really good. So, I mean, what gives? Think about this, Rich. Rich, let me just put this in. You're running the ball down the Rams' throat. Yeah.
Which means you should be running play action. But when they pass, they're going quick game, no play action, just quick game, and they're running the ball well. That don't match up.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.